We are now in Alamosa, and it's a great place to go in and get supplies. Some new viewers may not understand the nature of the commentary, though, over on this channel. So when we talk about what's going on with society, when we talk about the current generations and all the stuff going on, that's a slightly different conversation than discussing the land. I like the land here. I like the energy. I like the mountains. I like the outdoors here in Colorado. I like living off the grid. I like living in different areas, exploring different areas. Just remember, criticizing prostitution, drug addiction, criticizing power trippers, looking at society as it actually is, that's very different, far removed than, hating on a town. Alamosa is not a place that I would actually want to live, because there's a lot of people that seem a little pissed off, but it's not a bad place to come in, get your supplies, your food, come in, buy your water, or get your water if you have a friend here in town or something to that effect. Place to get your mail. All different types of supplies. There's a hardware store here. There's also a Lahara hardware store. Lahara is about 15-20 miles away. So a lot of stuff's that way. You got your Wally World, you got your Safeway, you got your City Market, and as I said before, in other videos, you have a lot of their stuff downtown over here. So their one main thrift store, Rainbow's Inn, is over there. Coffee shop, over there. Decent Mexican buffet, I believe it's called Oscar's. I highly recommend it. It's over there. Go to Oscar's, go to the Mexican buffet before you go to the Chinese buffet. I've been to the Chinese buffet a few times, and I'm not a big fan of it. As far as their other Hispanic cuisines or Mexican restaurants, I haven't really tried them. But what I do know is that they're a lot better than they are in Oregon. That's what I know. I know that when I went to a Mexican buffet in Idaho, it was to die for. Never before had I tasted food that good. Not all Mexican buffets are good. It depends on the cook. It depends on things like that. So there's other restaurants here also. And I think that's a tattoo parlor there. There's a lot of, you got your main fast food restaurants here. McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, Wendy's, Arby's, Subway, Starbucks, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, Domino's, and a few others. This is the Grizzly Inn over here to the right where Roger Marsh was arrested. That's the hospital over there. Free Wi-Fi if you go to that parking lot there. You can find free Wi-Fi at the Wendy's. You can find free Wi-Fi at Milagros Coffee Shop. You can get free Wi-Fi at Adams State University, and I highly recommend that library over the public library. Nothing personal, but the librarians there, something's got a hold of them. So when I look at towns, new places where I visit, I look at what's going on spiritually, because I can feel what's going on. Some people freak out. They actually become alarmed. They actually don't know how to handle outside-the-box perspectives on the unseen realms. But when we look at our realities, our little towns, wherever you live, remember it's a reflection of what's going on spiritually. Remember that always. And future generations are living out the end result of the actions of past generations. This is just food for thought as we come into these areas, as we look at the modern world. So Alamosa is your main supply town. You have also auto parts places. Ace Hardware over here. Big R is another destination over here. And I believe, yes, if we continue on this road, you hit Del Norte, which I've never actually lived in Del Norte, but that is a place where you can get shipping containers, which are not really allowed in Costilla County at the moment, but shipping containers do make for great storage, and shipping containers would make for a great home. And there are some areas where you can do that, but there's a lot of areas where it's just not allowed. So hopefully the future of Costilla County, off-the-grid living, will allow some of that. If there's genuine concerns about septic or other things, those concerns should be dealt with directly. And they shouldn't be playing games on people that are low income that just can't afford tens of thousands of dollars. So hopefully brighter days will be ahead. This is Viero Wireless. That's where you want to get your internet if you're going to be staying in an area where you're going to receive that. There are some pockets in the Rio Grande Ranchos and other areas where you're not going to get that reception, but overall that's the best deal. If you're in a really remote area and you won't get cell coverage, you got to go through HughesNet or another form of satellite internet. You also have the option of Jade Communications if you're within 12 miles of their tower, which is located on Highway 159. Taking a right now, I am going to grab a bite to eat, and then I'm going to head to my next destination. Of course, before I do that, by the way, Tractor Supply is over here, not a bad place for some things, depending on what you're looking for. I'm going to be picking up a package today in Alamosa at the UPS store. This is a real tricky intersection here. Anytime you're coming near a Walmart, it's like entering into a vortex. And we'll leave it at that. Way there, what have you got to do? What have you got to lose? If you got Friday night, get right honky-tonk attitude. Yeah, you need a Friday night, get right honky-tonk attitude.
KSPK, Walsenburg, Alamosa, and Trinidad, Southern Colorado's best country music. It's 5 o'clock.
This is just the beginning. Heavy rain, dangerous surf, and winds over 200 miles an hour lashing the southwest Mexican resorts of Puerto Vallarta.
Strongest hurricane on record.
Crashing ashore. Coming up overnight,
Patricia.
Strongest reported storm ever hitting the Western Hemisphere. Shelters are full, flights canceled. Remnants of Patricia.
I knew a crazy lady named Patricia once. I didn't think she was capable of this much damage.
Parts of Texas could get over 9 inches of rain, says Nim Kidd, head of Texas Emergency Management. His advice:
you don't have to get out and travel. Stay home. If you come to low water or water under the road, turn around, don't drown. Don't put yourself or your family in jeopardy.
When healthcare.gov opens November 1st for third open enrollment season, the online insurance marketplace will be easier for consumers to use, say Obama administration officials. Missouri's House Speaker calls for mandatory annual sexual harassment training for members and staff after a state senator and the former speaker resigned amid allegations that they harassed interns and exchanged sexual texts. Chuck Stevenson.
Sexual text. Sexting. Sexting. Sexting cowboys. Yeah, getting DUIs. It's a Texas hamburger.
All the hits from yesterday. This is KSPK.
Why are you here? Why did you move here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? And this is Blanca. This is the town of Blanca. I've never stayed here. I've never parked overnight in Blanca. At some point, maybe I'll do that. Looks like there's some cool places to stay over this direction. As you can see, that is Blanca right there, so you have a real good view. And there's a market here. This is Red Rock. I know somebody that works there. And we have Lou's Cafe. We have the Blanca Town Hall. Looks like we've got an RV park here. This is where RVs go to dump their waste. And that's where this RV is going to be going periodically to dump its waste. I've heard that's the place to go. So sometimes people ask where the RVs go. We just passed it. Looks like that's another restaurant, San Marcos. Looks like, so this is the end of Blanca. Next town up is Fort Garland. Just wanted you to see how beautiful this is. Now we're now in Costilla County. Like I said in other videos, for years, it's been more lax in Costilla County. Only recently we're seeing this crackdown on RV living, which they call camping. First of all, living in your RV isn't exactly camping. Not when you have heat, electricity, an electric fridge, you know, your own septic system you transport somewhere else. That's not really camping. I guess it is, but to me, camping is getting out of tent, and you're literally camping. There are some pretty sophisticated ways people can heat themselves, feed themselves, and entertain themselves, and work from home in an RV. Living in an RV with all the trimmings is not exactly camping, but whatever. Anyways, that's also where a lot of water gets used, alfalfa and hay. As you see to my left, you see the fog above Blanca. I heard it's a beautiful mountain to hike. I've been told about this Lake Como, so that's on the list. There are many Indian legends about Blanca, in particular from the Navajo. Many people still have never even heard of it. But it's important that people think about things like that when they question what is the draw about this area. And remember, the main draw about Costilla County is it's a place you can stay and build a home affordably and buy land affordably. That's the draw there, but it's in the San Luis Valley where you have so many wonderful areas to travel to visit. It's not just that area. The San Luis Valley is actually a huge area encompassing, I'm not sure how many counties, but you have several counties. Pinellas, Alamosa County, Costilla County, and many others. There's a lot of wonderful people in Colorado, despite what we've seen out of the people of San Luis. There are some wonderful people in Colorado. Remember that. And there's some wonderful people in Costilla County, and I'm sure there are some wonderful people in San Luis. They're just not as vocal. I'm Alex Hanser, signing off, October 23rd, 2015.